thought we would do a very simple classic dessert called creme caramel. And we would just sort of kick it up, you know, a notch. What I'm going to do is there's a couple of things. Probably the most important thing with creme caramel, because it's a basic custard, it ain't rocket science, is really making the caramel with sugar and water and allowing it the time to caramelize, okay? People, when they make caramel, they try to rush it too much. And then the evaporation, it starts to crystallize around the edge of the saucepan. And if you don't know that and you don't water it down, bring it back down, you lose it. It just starts to turn into burnt sugar. Why I say that about caramel is because having a creme caramel is very important. The first step is to put the caramel in the bottom of your ramekin, whatever size that you want, the small, large. And then you can see I have it in this little roasting rack here, this little pan, because good creme caramel needs a water bath, okay? And that doesn't mean like you take it outside and hose it down. I'm going to show you what that is. Basically, I like a lot of caramel in the bottom. Oh, yeah, man. I like a lot of caramel on the bottom. And, folks, what you want to do, you can do this way, way ahead of time, like even a day or 2 days before, you could do the caramel part of this thing, okay? Because what you need to do is you need to set it in the ice box for a little bit so that it crystallizes, so that it gets good and hard. Now, that's the difficult part, the caramel. Once it hardens, now it's ready to get the custard, if you will, on top, which is made with eggs. Think of how we would be without eggs. We'd really be in trouble here. Be amazing. Now, here's 3 eggs and some sugar. And basically now what we're going to do is whisk that together. But you see how that texture looks like that? You can see that it's grainy just looking at it. So what we need to do is we need to temper this a little bit. I got half milk and half cream. I brought it up almost to a scald. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly start adding some of that warm mixture into the egg mixture, so I don't have scrambled eggs, and yet it's dissolving the sugar. And now what I'm going to do is bring that back in here. And that's how simple it is. If you want to flavor it with a little vanilla, you can. What I do is I flavor this one, this particular one that I'm doing for you today. I'm actually going to flavor with a little bit of rum. Oh yeah, babe. Oh, yeah. A little bit of that dark rum, just a little bit in there, just gives it a nice little flavor. All right, now, I like to put mine through a strainer just in case there's any pieces of egg or whatever that case may be. Generally not, but I don't like to take any chances. Now, here's what you do. This is hard. We're going to take this to the oven, 350 degrees. So, why I got the tea kettle? First of all, so that I can take the water to the stove. Instead of trying to juggle all of this around, I take the water to the stove. About halfway up will be great. What a beautiful sounding tea kettle. The next thing, I take the mixture that I just strained, and now I pour that over the caramel. And now I don't have a mess necessarily trying to walk from someplace in the kitchen to the oven, and I got a water bath, and I got the egg custard in here, and all of a sudden it's a gigantic mess. So that's the madness behind my thinking here. 350, they're going to take about 40 minutes. 50 minutes. Don't be sticking no toothpicks in them. You'll know. And then, once they come out of the oven and cool, They'll be nice and firm like these here. Let me show you how we're going to kick it up now another notch. We're going to take a little butter. And we're going to take a little bit of brown sugar. And I have grapefruit and pineapple that we're going to add in there. Just to kick it up a notch, okay? So there's that. Now, let me show you the real secret behind this. To get the creme caramel out, what you got to do is take a paring knife and go right down to the bottom and go around. Stay around to the edges like this, okay? This is crucial. Go right around, and you can see I'm hitting the bottom. That's caramel that you're hearing. So we've gone around. It should loosen up. And there you have the creme caramel, just like that, okay? Yeah. And then what we're going to do is just take a little bit of that warm pineapple and grapefruit, okay? It's already cooked. It's already delicious. We'll put a little bit of that on our plate like this. There you have it. That's simple, okay?